My husband sent me this video and he was like, babe, I really need you to respond to this video. Please make a video to this. And I'm like, okay, what is it about? So apparently this woman got online and she was exposing her marriage and basically talking about how she wanted to divorce her husband. Now, it's the reason why she wants to divorce her husband for me. Let's go ahead and play it.
I don't know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody, okay? I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, where all of those things, okay? Had a full breakdown. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. Let me be very clear about that. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. And
Okay, so I'm not hearing the bad part yet. I mean, she literally just listed a couple of reasons why he is an amazing man. Okay, let's hear her out.
that is probably the reason, that is the reason why I have not left, okay? Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met, right? Which I don't know if anybody's are. The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3 and I still don't know who I am. So for me to be like, oh, I can't be myself or you don't love me for who I am isn't really fair because I don't know who I am. I'm figuring that out every day. But the reason why I wanted to share this on here in the first place is
the problem isn't the husband from what I'm getting from this so far. The problem is her. I mean, you're having issues finding yourself, so most likely you guys have been together so far. She said, I think for 10 years. I forgot that part, but you guys have been together for years now. And you had kids, and I feel like she probably got lost in motherhood. I don't know if she's working at the time, but if she's not working, she's probably just bored and she doesn't have enough hobbies. And maybe she needs to step out of just being a mother and find things that she enjoys to do. I mean, maybe marriage counseling if you feel like you can't find yourself, or I don't know, like, I mean, it's just not sounding right. It don't sound like, girl, I'm gonna just tell you right now, you're not giving me a reason why you should get divorced, because you sound like you have a really good man and the problem that you have can be fixed. Let's hear her out some more.
we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo, for our 10-year anniversary trip. And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. And I'm struggling to write my vows, like to write a vow. And I think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship. The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship, I started my own business, he quit his job, roles have changed, life has been crazy, and we just haven't come back to talking about this subject. And I brought it up again because I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, writing these vows is hard. I don't feel like we're any closer. I don't feel like anything has really changed since I brought this up 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever. And I want to work on our relationship. Like, at the end of the day, of course, I could get a divorce and try to go find the love that I'm craving with somebody else.
Girl, don't get a divorce. Because it seems like you're focusing on one thing rather than being appreciative of the thousand good things that you do have in your marriage. And it seems like you're just looking for like a fix right now, because a lot of women like this, I feel like they are into this fairy tale relationship that Disneyland love, and that shit is not real. No. Live in reality and realize that marriages are not perfect, but at the end of the day, what you're looking for, you're gonna go after it, and then you're going to regret divorcing your husband years down the line just because you wanted to get a quick fix and that fix didn't last you long enough. I don't think this is smart at all. I feel like what she's saying right now seems very selfish. It seems very self-centered when these are things that you can easily fix by doing marriage counseling, finding some activities that you and your husband can do and enjoy together, um, and just working on building more hobbies, working on finding the things that you like to do rather than finding all the small wrong things in your relationship because you feel like it's not that fairy tale relationship that I see on TV. Like, that's, girl, searching for that is going to cause you to be miserable. And you can also destroy a good man by divorcing him just because one little thing is bothering you. Because now you're listing all these good things, all these good qualities, all these good aspects about your husband. You think if you divorce that man, he's gonna stay a good man? This is how good men get ruined. This is how good men get ruined because of women like this. Whew, this is why men say that women are the ones who create that high divorce rate, because women will get divorced real quick and then regret it so much after because you just feel like you're at a little boring point in your marriage. Let me tell you something. A marriage is better being boring, okay? At least you're married and you have a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. He's taking care of your kids. He's taking care of your family. And he is overall, like you said, a good partner. So why are you talking about divorcing him? And then secondly, you're talking about divorcing him publicly on the internet while y'all are still together. That has got to be embarrassing. Like, off topic, I don't understand why women get online and expose their entire relationship like this. It's like you're still with this person, but you're gonna get on social media and give every single detail of the smallest little faults in your relationship. And I bet you she thought that everybody in her comment section was gonna be on her side 100%. Whew, let's listen to her a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go through some of these comments.
But that's going to come with its own hardships, its own complications, and ones that I'm not willing to take on, right? I love Ryan. He is the best father, okay? I just need to learn how to explain what I need from him in our relationship, and he needs to be able to give that, and I need to be doing the same for him so that we can both, like, in 10 years from now, in the next 10 years, look back and say, like, we put in the work and we finally have the marriage and the relationship that we have always wanted. And that,
There's your answer. Put in the work. Instead, you're talking about getting a divorce. You literally just answered your problem. Put in the work. Work towards building a marriage that is going to be everlasting instead of, oh, right now, because she's 32 years old, I believe. Oh, right now, I'm 32 years old. I'm still young. And I don't know, this little point in my marriage is making me feel like it's boring enough for me to get divorced. It's like, to be honest with you, you're struggling with yourself and not your husband. It feels like this happens a lot to women who get married young and have kids young, and you start to get bored, you start to drown yourself in motherhood, and you feel like you didn't do enough young stuff or do enough stuff for yourself. And I feel like those are things you can work on. That's not something you choose to get divorced on the basis of. I mean, you found a good man. Hold on to him because they are super hard to find. And when you find one, you hold on to that. You grow that. Let's just, whoo, child, continue.
is what I want. Um, I guess the reason why I'm coming on here, and if you've made it this long, that's really nice. What have you done in your relationship to get to that point? If you have been in a place where we are and have worked through it and have found things that have brought you closer or that have given you that relationship, like I'm just, I guess, asking for advice. Like, what have you done in order to get there, and what has worked for you? We're honestly willing to try anything. We have done therapy and counseling before, um, and it was fine. Honestly, it wasn't like my favorite thing, but
I suggested counseling earlier on in this video, and so they have already done this, and she said it wasn't her favorite thing, so most likely they stopped going because she probably got bored of it. When if you want to put in the effort, you got to keep going. You got to keep working on these things so you can keep figuring out what is and not going to work for your relationship. You're not putting in the work. It seems like you're giving up over the smallest things. Like 10 years of marriage, that's diabolical to destroy for selfish reasons.
I'm willing to try that again. And I don't know, books, podcasts, like what have you guys done that has worked for you to get your marriage to where you want it to be? um I just don't like thinking, okay, we've been married for 10 years and we've kind of,
I feel like books and podcasts are not, they're only going to get you but so far. You need to find the things that are going to work for you guys, and that means finding yourself first. So maybe if you're going to listen to podcasts that work on self-development, self-growth. And if you're looking for marriage advice, look for podcasts that talk about how to combine your activities with your partner and how to find things to do with each other that grow that love and that sensitivity and that just that feeling in your relationship that you currently don't have, that you're seeking from somebody else, which you don't need to do. You don't need to do that. Because you have a good man, Savannah. Just, it's little things that you need to work on right now that don't require you to get divorced, let alone get on the internet and try to get advice on your divorce plan. No. Worst thing you're doing right now. No. Sit down, sit with your partner, talk to them, which you guys seem like you have done it before, but you're not taking more steps into finding new things to do together.
have like been at this same point the whole time. I just don't want to look back 10 years from now and not have tried my best to have this like relationship that we both want and that we deserve, and that
And relationships are never going to be perfect, and that's the problem. Like, women have all these expectations in their mind of what a perfect marriage or a perfect relationship should look like, and that's because you're idolizing your relationship from what you see in movies and what you see on TV, and that's not reality. That's scripted. You need to go based off of reality. Marriages are not perfect at all, but a good marriage could be a boring one. But what's more important is peace, and peace is the goal in your marriage. You shouldn't be constantly looking for that heart-raising spark. Like, you guys can always find things to bring the spark back in your relationship. Try new things in the bedroom, like try new activities together, but to get divorced over little feelings, nah, that's a wait, that's, come on now. That's doing too much.
our kids deserve to see in us. So I'm kind of being vulnerable and posting this on here, but I would just like to know, like, what has worked for you, and what advice, I guess, you would have for me.
Whew, let's go through some of these comments. All I gotta say is, girl, don't get divorced. That is, ooh, if I could just pluck you on your forehead right now, because no, that is the worst. That's the worst idea you've had. No, don't get divorced. Secondly, don't post about your relationship online, because you posting about your relationship online, people don't genuinely give a fuck what you're going through, and the only thing they're going to do is send hate your way. So if you thought you were going to get advice from posting this video, you got the complete opposite. Let's go through some of these comments on her page. So it's true, a man will sacrifice his happiness for his family, but a woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness. Girl, that ain't sounding good. Somebody said, I need you to understand it's not greener on the other side. You just have to water your grass. Absolutely. See, exactly. Somebody said, "You married young. You don't know who you are. It's okay to feel this way. You need to find you." Yes, you need to just work on finding you. But in the process, you don't need to get divorced because of it. Somebody said, if my girl made a video like this, I'm out of there." Especially after saying how amazing this dude is, I feel terrible for him. People always think the grass is always greener. It's because of social media. And that's another thing. Y'all see these couples on social media and you're like, "Oh my God, this looks so perfect. They look so perfect." Behind closed doors, these couples is arguing, they is fighting, but when they turn on the camera, they're acting for you. They're acting to create this image of perfection in their relationship when every relationship has problems. They're just not posting the problematic parts in their relationship on social media because they don't want you to see that. They want you to think that they are so perfect. Anyways, I feel like her getting divorced is not the right option. She should not do that. If any advice I could give her is coming from a married woman, girl, just work on your marriage. When you have a good man, you're gonna come through times where you feel like your marriage is kind of boring. At the end of the day, there's always ways to fix that by finding activities that y'all can do together. Simple. Y'all got amazing kids. Your husband is amazing. You love him. He has all these great aspects. He don't seem like he want to leave you. So y'all can just work that out. Don't get divorced over the smallest things. People are just so easily willing to give up and just not try hard enough when you're not going to get that fairy tale relationship. If you keep looking for that, you're going to be single for the rest of your life. Then down the line, you're going to regret that decision so much and you're going to be miserable. Anyways, let me know what y'all think about this. What y'all think this woman, what y'all think about what this woman just said in this video, because this is insane. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.
This is my time. This is my life. And I'ma do what I do. Trying to maintain. Get this money, fuck fame. Gotta get through. Can't wait to say I got it. 'Cause I got it.